Right on the lineup, look at this apartment fire in West Philadelphia. It left more than 100 people without a place to live. Well, we're going to hear from people who had to run for their lives.
Shocking video of the moments a gunman showed up in a church and pointed it right at the preacher's face. We're going to tell you about the turn this case took after police arrested the man.
And would you trust the biggest day of your life to artificial intelligence? One woman says she saved thousands by using ChatGPT to plan her wedding.
Those stories and more on today's edition of The Lineup. It is Monday, May 6th, 2024.
The Lineup is brought to you by TD Bank, America's most convenient bank.
Hey everyone, I'm NBC 10's Keith Jones.
I'm Erin Coleman. Let's start with that apartment fire that erupted at a building in West Philadelphia.
Yeah, the flames spread fast. All people could do was drop everything and run. NBC 10's Katy Zachry has the story.
A full day after this fire broke out in West Philadelphia, and the smell of smoke is still very prominent. As the sun is coming up, you can see the damage that was caused by that fire when it broke out, and you can understand why people are not yet allowed back in their apartment homes. Here's what it looked like as the flames were growing inside the terrace apartments right at 49th and Spruce Street. The fire broke out on Sunday, and police say they got 911 calls from people inside this West Philadelphia building saying some were trapped and could not get out. When firefighters did arrive, they attacked the flames as well as helped people to safety. And it quickly became clear after the fire was out and inspectors were here at the scene that it would be a while before people were let back in.
I'm just glad that, they came here, they made it on time, got the people out. What really caught my eyes when I seen the smoke from the roof. I actually seen fire coming from the roof.
Well, there were no injuries to anyone who was inside the apartment building. We are told more than 100 people have been displaced. As the fire marshal said, no one is allowed inside this apartment building until they can come back out later today, assess the damage, and then they'll have an idea of when some of the people at least can get back inside. Reporting from West Philadelphia, Katy Zachry, NBC 10 News.
And out of this dramatic video, it shows the moments a man walked into the front of a church in western PA and tried to shoot the pastor.
Yeah, take a look. You can see the pastor's in the middle of a sermon when the man walks up, just about puts the gun in his face. The pastor says he pulled the trigger, but the gun didn't fire. A deacon then tackled the man, took the gun away, and then he held him until police arrived. The suspect said spirits in his head told him to shoot the pastor. Police later found a man shot to death in the house where the suspect lives. Goodness gracious. Meanwhile, in Bucks County, the Bristol Township Police Department looking for a man who installed a skimming device at an ATM.
All right, so we want you to take a close look at this picture. They say it happened at the American Heritage Credit Union on Levittown Parkway late last month. Police believe the device stole information from numerous debit cards. If you recognize this man, police want to hear from you. How about the Eagles? They wrapped up rookie camp this weekend.
That's right. One jersey looked pretty familiar. Look at Jeremiah Trotter Jr. wearing the same number 54 jersey his dad wore. He says he wants to carry on the legacy of his Hall of Fame Eagles dad.
I'm very excited. I've been wearing it my whole life and also, wore it because my dad wore it when he was playing here. And I was very happy, that was available and they decided to give me that number. So going to, wear it with pride and, just be the best player I can. I definitely felt the support, and I really thank them. Eagles fans, they're diehard, and they'll love you, through thick and thin, and I just really appreciate the support.
The rookies weren't the only guys working out at the NovaCare complex this weekend. Take a look at the video of Eagles running back Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts in the weight room. No surprise here. It's leg day, so they're back at the squat rack. Both of them can squat more than 600 pounds.
Did you see the size of Saquon Barkley's thighs, though?
Oh, it's a whole different level.
Oh, my God.
It's crazy. And there's got to be a lot more than 600 pounds on his, which is nuts.
600 pounds.
Insane.
Yikes.
All right, despite the stress they put us through, a new study actually shows watching sports actually has some benefit. We're going to tell you about that coming up.
And would you trust an AI bot to plan your wedding? One woman says it saves her thousands of dollars. We're going to have that story in 30 seconds. Don't go away.
Here we go.
Here I go again on my own.
Introducing the all-new TD Clear credit card with no late fees and no interest, just a simple monthly fee. That's predictability, even when expenses aren't.
$4? That's bananas.
It's a pear. Oh, man.
The all-new TD Clear credit card. That's how credit can be unexpectedly human. Call 1-844-TD-CLEAR for details about credit costs and terms.
We have seen ChatGPT used a lot these days.
But what about using it to plan your wedding? NBC's Elwin Lopez talked with a woman who saved more than $5,000 in wedding planning services just by using an AI bot.
DIY weddings are all the rage, but now some couples are diving into AI for their big day.
I'm having it be like airy, almost like a flowy summer.
Maria Cortese and her fiance planning a beautiful Riverview ceremony in Poughkeepsie, New York. Hundreds of guests ready to celebrate the couple in August on a day that's come together thanks to ChatGPT.
I said, you know what? I'm just going to take a gander at this and I'm going to type in something for a wedding.
The program listing out detailed options for bridal bouquets, centerpieces, decorations, and so much more, eliminating the need and cost for a wedding planner.
Google's so generalized, right? When you're typing into ChatGPT, it's very specific as to what you're asking.
So we gave it a shot.
Tell me what is the best spot to get married in the United States?
The best spot to get married in the United States depends on personal preferences. But destinations like Hawaii, Napa Valley, and New York City are popular choices for their stunning scenery, romantic ambiance, and variety of venues.
It even helps out with haggling prices with those vendors.
I ended up finding a photographer that did engagements, then bridal shower and photography for almost half of the price of what it would have just costed me to get a photographer to do the wedding on its own.
I've actually used it to explain a few things, to be honest with you, to clients that don't understand necessarily what attrition is when you're working with a hotel room block.
Katy Martin has been in the wedding business for decades. She still feels that there's no replacement for the real deal, especially on the big day.
It's the manpower, setting up the tables, making sure the table numbers are right, making sure the chair counts are right. And honestly, we're peace of mind a lot of times where we know the person so well by the time they get to their wedding that if I see them nervous about anything, I can fix it.
Even still, AI-planned weddings are taking off. More than half of couples who are engaged are now eyeing tools like ChatGPT to help them tie the knot.
So it really does everything except walk you down the aisle.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Interesting. Interesting.
Crazy.
Hey, file this under reasons to get a new car. A couple in Arizona found out they had a passenger on a recent drive.
Yeah, you got to take a look here. They were driving along when the snake appeared on their windshield. Yeah, they're used to seeing them on the ground where they live, but they've never seen one on their car. They left the snake there while they saw a movie. By the time they got back, it was gone. Thank goodness it didn't find its way into the cabin.
Can you imagine? I would have drawn my feet up
plastic.
just like, yeah. Oh, no.
Maybe it found its way into a ductwork, going in through the air conditioning. I mean, that's absolutely possible.
It's doable. It's
doable. Yeah. All right. Hey, we all know being a Philadelphia sports fan, and not for the weak of heart.
Not many Philly sports fans may agree with this, but apparently watching sports is good for your health. According to a new study, yeah, doing that, particularly in crowds, can boost both your physical and mental well-being. The leader of the study says being a spectator goes beyond entertainment by fostering a sense of community and belonging. In the most groundbreaking part of the study, researchers monitored the brain activity of people watching sports. The results showed that watching them triggered activation in the brain's reward circuits.
Interesting.
Especially when you're winning, but when you're losing,
yeah,
I don't know.
Then it's a whole different story. The key word is community, I think, right? Because even when you lose and you collectively lose something, it's got to be some therapy to that.
Does it make you feel better?
It must make you feel better because you don't feel alone. Like, I guarantee you, let's say you root for, say, the Cowboys or the Giants in this area, right? And then you watch them lose, you're alone. And that's got to feel awful. You know what I mean? So at least with a community, you feel like, hey, you're sharing something.
I guess. All right.
You know?
I guess. It's hard. For me, it's the roller coaster, the up and down,
right.
the pit in your stomach. And
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like it's not good for my mental health at all.
No, it can't be. It can't be. Now imagine if you were the only one that felt that. It'd be kind of tough, wouldn't it? It'd be harder.
Well, maybe people shouldn't be Cowboy and Giants fans.
This is right. Then maybe they shouldn't.
Maybe they shouldn't.
Change everything about them.
Eagles
for sure.
all the way.
There you go.
That does it for today's edition of The Lineup.
For Erin Coleman, I'm Keith Jones, where we can get NBC 10 News updates right here on the NBC 10 app and catch us weekday mornings from 4 to 7 a.m. Have a great day.
Go Birds.